What's going on, guys? It's your boy Nameless, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video about the groups at COD Champs coming up this weekend. Alright, so everybody's been waiting and anticipating the groups that are coming out because at COD Champs we do a group play of the 32 teams and then 16 come out into the winners, and then I believe the rest of them go into the losers bracket, and then the top seed from each pool plays the second place seed from another pool in the winners bracket, and you keep moving on like that. And they announced the groups today. We've been waiting for them to announce it. It's been a while, and they finally decided to announce it today, the Monday before the weekend of Champs. So I'm just kind of thought I should run down the groups and give you guys what I thought about the groups, my predictions kind of. There has been a little bit of controversy though, because people are saying that us and Optic Nation got a little bit easier pools, and we didn't place higher than, you know, Optic and Denial, and they kind of got a harder pool than us on paper. But I mean, it's just the way the cookie crumbled. It was just how the other teams placed, some of the NA teams that were, it's just hard because how do you value a 9 through 12 NA team better than a #1 Australian team? It's just like, there's no common balance there, so it's really hard for people to actually get angry. I feel like I don't really think you can get mad. It just kind of sucks that it happened that way. But also a couple NA teams didn't do as well as they should have at regionals, so that's probably why they got into different pools with some of the teams that did well. But so Group A is Optic Gaming, NXG Rapid, Vitality, and Orbit. So they have Optic has one NA team in their group, Orbit. They're actually a pretty good team. One of those teams that could have performed a little bit better at regionals and given them a better seed, but pretty sure they got 9 through 12. I could be wrong, or 9-10 or something like that. But yeah, so that should be actually, I mean, pretty easy for Optic. I mean, I don't really see anybody able to contest them in there. I think the really tough thing in that pool is going to be a toss up for second, Vitality and Orbit. It's going to be whoever takes that match. I believe whoever wins that will be moving on. I'm not really sure of the Vitality roster at this point. I think I have them up over here. The Vitality roster is Oxygen, Riskin, Dilux, and Get Some. So you don't see Katag on there this time, so I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I do believe that Orbit should be able to take that. I mean, they've been playing against NA teams, they've had better practice, and they should be able to win that. So Group B. This was the one where a lot of people were getting angry about, especially I seen Clay get a little bit of vocal on Twitter, and you know, I feel like he's just for that. I mean, it just sucks that it happened like that, but it's Denial, Hyper Games Team, Clarity Gaming, and Prophecy. So I mean, no doubt in my mind Denial will make it through, but honestly, Prophecy versus Denial is a toss-up in my mind. I think that Prophecy can definitely bring it to them, and they're strong at Search and Destroy, which Denial is pretty good at, but it's definitely not their strongest point. And I think Prophecy can definitely win that pool if they play really well, although Denial does have an edge, kind of. This group is FaZe Red, Fabe Games Germany, Fabe All-Stars, and Automatic Reload. So definitely not a super easy group, but not the hardest either. FaZe Red should definitely be able to make it out of there, but who knows, Burns can, you know, pop off and get first place, or first in that pool, so you never know. But they do have another NA team, which makes it not one of the easiest pools, but definitely not too bad of a pool. FaZe Red should be making it out of there pretty convincingly. Group D, Optic Nation, Gamers 2, SSOF Gaming, and Exile 5 T1. Now, Exile 5 T1, for those of you who don't know, is the second best Australian team at the moment. They're the T1 Daughters. They got 6th place last year, upsetting a ton of teams and beating a lot of people in Search and Destroy. So, I mean, this is a pretty easy pool if you're looking at it on paper, just because they don't have another NA team. However, T1 Daughters can definitely bring it to them and go really, really hard. But Optic Nation should make it out of there, no problem unless some crazy thing happens. And yeah, so they got a pretty easy pool. E, we got Team Menace, UX Gaming, I think it stands for Underrated Gaming, and Planetronix Mind Freak. So a lot of people are saying we got a pretty easy pool along with Optic Nation. I'm not taking anybody lightly. When you take people lightly, you risk losing it all. And last year we lost to Mind Freak in pool play, so I'm definitely don't want to repeat that and make it a hard road like it was last year. We didn't have a hard pool last year. We made it the hardest pool that you could possibly have. So I'm definitely not taking anybody lightly this year. I'm going to be studying their gameplay, going over everything, and just trying to be the best team we can be. I don't want to go into a match, like, lose both searches and just, I don't want it to happen. So I'm gonna focus up and make sure we win that match. But there's no doubt in my mind that we're capable of winning that pool convincingly, and we're capable of beating all those teams 3-0. We're just gonna have to go super hard, and you know, I'm gonna go in with the fire. But yeah, so that's our pool. Might not be the hardest on paper, but Mindfreak is the #1 Australian team, and they did beat us last year, so definitely gonna be looking out for them. Group F is Revenge, Aware, Infused, and 3s Up. So that is actually a pretty tough pool. I mean, Aware's, they got some talented European players in their team. Revenge, obviously a really good up-and-coming NA team. Then you got Infused, which is, you know, a storied European team, they've been playing forever. And then you got 3s Up, who's also another up-and-coming NA team. So I mean, that is actually a super tough pool. Honestly, I think Revenge will make it out either first or second. I don't know how they're gonna perform. It is their first Call of Duty championship. So I believe they'll make it out, but the other 3 is literally a toss-up. I have no idea. I'm gonna go ahead and take a ballsy guess and say that Aware makes it out. Now, Group D. So we're getting into some of the tougher pools here. These are some of the, you know, higher echelon teams that are being matched up with other teams in their pool. We got FaZe Black, TCM, Essentia, and Below Zero. Below Zero being, you know, one of the lower tier NA teams, or at least placing at regionals. And then you got FaZe Black, which is a, you know, a talented NA team, although they could have had a better seed, but Proofy went on a cruise on Sunday at regionals. And then they got TCM, which is arguably the best / second best European team, and that should be a pretty, that's gonna be the pool everybody's gonna watch. It's gonna be a pretty tough pool. Everybody's gonna be watching that. Everybody's gonna have their eyes on who makes it out of there. But I believe FaZe Black and TCM should definitely make it out of that pool. It's just gonna be cool to watch. So Group H, people are calling this one the pool of death. This is definitely the toughest pool across the board. Sucks how it kind of came out. It's really like, it's 2 top 8 NA teams in my mind, and also, I mean, a top 2 European team. So I mean, it's definitely gonna be really tough for, you know, those teams, you know, going to the event with that mindset, but they're just gonna have to focus and go really, really hard. It is TK, Epsilon, Integral, and SB. So TK and SB, I believe they're both top 8, top 10 teams. TK definitely top 6, SB top 8 on a good day. And then you got Epsilon, which is a really good team. They won the European regionals, and you know, you can't take anything away from them. And then Integral, I'm not too sure is on their team, but I feel really bad for them because they got like the hardest pool you could possibly get. And yeah, but that's gonna be one of the pools. That is gonna be the pool everybody watches. I'll be watching that pool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your predictions for the pool play in the comments below. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. It really helps. And I'm out, guys. Peace.